Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for loving this program. Let's talk about money. Let's make more money, of course, by your man Angel, the life coach. So, in short, we want to talk about money, and we talk about money because money is a tool that can get you almost everything you want. That's very interesting to know. We all wake up early morning looking for that tool. We all wake up early morning looking for money because money will make our wives happy, will make our children happy, will make our economy stable. We stops us from being beggars. So in short, by talking and thinking and talk, and of course doing everything necessary for us to become rich is very, very important. So it is your right, it is your obligation, it is your responsibility for you to make more money. So in short, we talked about previously, we talked about that we first talked about the reality, facing the reality, and again, of course, we came to say that you develop a skill set so that you can become more successful. If you have a reality on your grip, and of course you have a skills that are on demand, and you have skills that of course are rare and a little bit difficult to be copied, then it means you stand a high chance of making more money. Your product service should be dedicated towards having people's problems solved, so that is the demand we are talking about. It is demandable, your skills demandable, because it is solving people's problem or helping companies or individuals reach their goals. That's why it becomes demanding. It is rare because not everyone can actually have it. It is difficult, of course, the same reason. So in short, we are talking about money. Now let's talk about another important part of wealth creation. So don't be too busy actually earning a living to make some decent money. Some of us, we are so much into doing our jobs right, forgetting that we need to make real money for us to be real individuals in this life. You got to make this right in yourself. You cannot be successful when you are busy making other people rich. I'm not saying that you should start cheating your bosses or your workplace. I'm trying to say have some time to think and develop a strategy of making you rich, provided your job that is not going to make you rich. So that's very, 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 very important. We all need jobs, that is true. We need to work for others, that is very important, for three good reasons, if not two. One, we need jobs for 2 to 3 reasons. One is actually earning a living. It is going to be important to know that we all start depending on others. There are a few individuals who have never worked for others, who instantly started running their businesses, and they have not worked for companies or individuals. So most of us, we start by working for others, and of course that is very genuine for ourselves, earning a living, getting what to eat, getting shelter, getting clothing, and other basic needs. But in working for others, we shouldn't make it the end in its own. People who have become rich have not worked for others for the entire of their lives. Even those who are earning abnormally high salaries and commissions, they still find reasons to start their own enterprises. So it is decent for you to get a job. It's more decent because it earns you a living. But remember, you can't survive on a living only. You need first earn a living, and then now that you've earned a living, you go ahead now to create a fortune or wealth. So it's very interesting and important to know that you shouldn't be too busy on your job to the extent that you don't get time to work on your wealthy process. So it's very important, me and you, to understand and learn this important basic. So it's very important. Don't spend entire of life making other people rich instead of spending some time also creating a process for you to be actually successful. Now, some people will say, I love my job, I love what I'm doing. That is very interesting. In fact, me, I also advocate that do what you love and do it better so that you can get paid. But the question is, sometimes our passions don't tarry in the market. You find our passions are less paid. We can't be paid enough by our passions. You get? So if we cannot creatively find ways of getting paid by our passions, then we need to do something. something a little bit strange, something a little better, so that we understand this question of wealth creation. You cannot create wealth, I cannot create wealth if I'm still in passions that don't pay well. So it's very interesting. So if your passion doesn't pay well, maybe by the question you're in, you gotta do something different that can earn you more money. So saying that my job is okay, I love what I'm doing, and you're not earning more money to make you wealthy is actually also a failure of facing the reality. So I think that is very interesting to know. Spare some time also to develop your company, stay for some time to develop your enterprise, use the skills and understanding you've gotten from working for others and with others to develop your own empire, which you can even give to the second and third generations of your life. So it's very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, that you cannot be too busy at your job earning a living and forget time or lose time to create fortune. And by the way, the knowledge you need to start a business is quite different from the knowledge you need to run a business, to work for others. So as well as you need more skills, as well as you need more understanding, you need to remember that you need to have some time set aside to develop a skill set, to develop lessons, to develop yourself towards becoming a rich person. So you can't work for others for 20 years and you're not paid well and keep there. You must have been a problem. You should start learning some of the skills that are necessary for you to become successful at what you're doing. I think that is very interesting. You got to step up the game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't keep at the job when you're not paid well. Maybe we shall go on a second chapter that was the second part that is going to help you become more successful. Let's say if you are working for others earning a living, you should accumulate skills, you should accumulate networks. That's why I was telling you that there are 3 main important reasons why we should work for others. Instead of learning on our business, we can have time to first learn with other people's business. For example, you can work for a company which you feel like in future you may start something like that. If you're into technological company, if you love technology and you want to start a high-tech company, you may choose to work for a high-tech company. And you go there purposely to get experience, to get skills, and the right networks. Those are 3 things. I only work for others for those big 3 reasons. If I choose to work with you, I'm looking for the skills, I'm profiling my skills, practicing more of what I'm supposed to do. Secondly, I'm looking for networks, and I'm looking for exposed experience, getting exposed, so that when I start running my own company, I find that most of the questions I was paid to learn. So that is what I call being paid to learn. Being paid to learn. So you get paid for learning and experiencing what you need to experience. So that is very important. So your biggest reason for working for others should be getting experience, getting connections, networks, and of course getting amplifying your skills. So that is very important. If you're working for other reasons other than those, soon enough reality will check you out. So the reality check will push you out of the system. So in short, ladies and gentlemen, you shouldn't be too busy working to the extent that you leave your grip of learning how to make fortune. Your biggest job is to accumulate more money so that you may have enough for your family and those you care about in your neighborhood or other charities you may feel like you should donate to. And the process of, I think, making more money is as easy as you are trying to explain. Now, once you understand these concepts and you work for, you make them more useful in your life, you practice them, chances are high that you're going to be successful. You have a problem of too much money. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that is the most important step in wealth creation. First, change from how you're doing things. Work for others for 3 good reasons. I should get networks, connections, of course get the skills amplified, and most importantly get exposed. You get, yeah. So if you want to start a bakery, it's more advisable if you've never practiced a bakery, you first work in the bakery so that you can actually know what is happening. So or you can hire a good manager who have been in the field for a good time. But the question is, Do you have the necessary experience to enable you succeed in that business? But if you had worked there, chances are high that you'll become more successful. So in short, we are paid for understanding the reality, knowing how the world is. We are paid for the skills we are having, and we are paid for starting our own enterprises and working hard day and night to make them work out. So if you're working for others, chances are you may not be successful. Don't stay in jobs that are not paying you well, because soon enough, as you grow, expenses increase, emergencies increase, and you find your income is not increasing. Soon enough, you'll get caught up by life. But at the end of the day, work for others to get the most invaluable commodities of skills, connections, and exposure. If you're not doing that, start doing it. Let's say you've loved this program and it has touched you where it has never been, and you feel like you want to know what else we've been talking about or what we were going to talk about. And of course, on this radio, we don't normally repeat and repeat. No, you can always find us on other channels like Facebook page, Angel Bahabwa, and then also on YouTube page, of course, Angel Bahabwa. So once you get there, you will get all our programs we've done on this radio, so that you can get the reminders. Ciao.